Welcome into PrizePicks on 5 on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick and at 5 Reasons Sports. I got Eric Wadicki. You can follow him at Eric Wadicki. And I got David Eversole. You can follow him at David W. Eversole. Make sure that you download PrizePicks from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, or go to PrizePicks.com. And always make sure that when you're signing up, use the code 5, because that's how you get your initial deposit matched up to $100. You don't need to put the whole 100 down at the beginning, but they're only going to do the match once. So you decide how much you want to put down between $10 and $100, and then all of a sudden they will give you money to play, and you are started. No rollovers, none of that stuff. That's how they roll at PrizePicks. All right, let's get to it, guys. We got Heat Thunder tonight. Interesting game in the sense that the Heat are actually playing pretty well, but the Thunder come in as 4-point underdogs. 4-point favorites in Miami. So Miami an underdog at home. No Jimmy Butler again. We just saw that Jovic, likely, I believe, he's going to start tonight. We'll get into that a little bit as we go forward, but obviously he's been playing at a pretty high level today. Eric, let's start on the Heat side. What do you like?
Yeah, so on the Heat side tonight, I'm going to go with Bam Adebayo, and I'm going to go with free throws made tonight at 6. I know that he struggles with the free throws lately, but he takes these challenges against other big men pretty personally, and Chet Holmgren's a guy that, the whole rookie class they've got a little bit more of a profile than I would say even Bam does nationally right now. So he's going to take that personally. I think he gets Chet into foul trouble early and often.
We've seen Bam getting to the line a lot, but you're right, he's been a little inconsistent shooting them. Though he's still in the high 70s in the season, which kind of surprised me when I looked at it yesterday, because I remember missing a lot of them. But again, he's been getting to the line in addition to the mid-range game. What do you like on the Heat side, David?
Well, touching on that real quick, the Thunder give up the 4th most free throws in the league at 25 a game. So I really like that pick from Eric. But on the Heat side, a couple of things. I'm looking at this matchup. Oklahoma City is a really interesting team. They're on the 4th game in 7 nights on the road. Then they go to Portland tomorrow. I think they're going to be a little gassed from this road trip. So they're not a big team in terms of rebounding. So I like Bam over 2.5 offensive rebounds. The Thunder give up the most offensive rebounds in the game, a little over 13 per game. They're just, they're a skinny team. They're a team that other teams can push around physically. Their guards are real lengthy. Obviously SGA and Dort. SGA 6'6", Dort 6'4". They're both lengthy, good defenders. So pivoting to that, I'm going to take Hero over 2.5 turnovers. The Thunder, force the most turnovers in the league. They have athletic, on-ball defending guards. I just feel like, he's going to throw the ball away more than 2.5 times. I just feel like it's going to happen. I hate to say it, but
it seems a fairly safe bet, I would say, particularly if the ball's going to be in his hands a lot. Again, without Jimmy. What do we see on the Thunder side tonight, guys? Eric, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at Lou Dort blocks and steals for almost the exact same reason that David was getting at. Lou Dort's just a fantastic defender. He's going to get into the passing lanes, and he gets his hands on a lot of shots too, for a guard of his size. I like Lou Dort over 1.5 blocks and steals today.
It's funny. I never heard anybody use the phrase stocks for this stat until this year, and now everybody uses that name. I like. Did I miss that being the thing?
It's been a thing for a little bit.
I guess. I guess you're not going to call them bleals or whatever, so I guess you go with stocks. Makes a little bit more sense. What do you think of David with the Thunder?
I'm going to go Chet Holmgren under 7.5 rebounds. He's only hit that 2 out of his last 10 games. Wow. And like I said, in this long road trip, I think, the Heat are just going to muscle him around a little bit, particularly Bam, and be able to push him off the block. So that was kind of the two-sided play with Bam and the offensive rebounds, and then Chet under on total rebounds at 7.5. He's only hit that 1 out of his last 5 and 2 out of his last 10. So I feel pretty confident on the under for Chet at 7.5 rebounds.
All right, so Chet under, you can see it there. Chet under 7.5 rebounds, Dort over 1.5 blocks and steals, and Bam over on free throw attempts, and Hero over on turnovers today. So that's what we're going with.
It's about Jaime.
Yeah, we just give the Jaime props before we go here. What do we think? 20 and a half points and rebounds. Yeah, he's been under lately on that. They have raised the number. Like it's funny they like they're projecting him even to continue improving. Are expecting him to start tonight again. So again, he'll get those additional reps without Jimmy, but it's a pretty high number though. I think that's I don't know that I would necessarily play it.
Maybe rebounds and assists because it's 8.
That would
he
be
could
the only.
push. I mean, I'd like it better at 7.5 for obvious reasons, but I mean, if I was going to take a stab at any of these numbers, I'd take a stab at the 8 rebounds and assist numbers, just for the reasons that we discussed so far.
Seems fair. I'll say this: there seem to be like pockets of the game where they're featuring him, and then you don't see a lot, and then all of a sudden he blitzes for a lot. You see, he's been under these numbers lately. They're projecting him higher on stuff. It's interesting because we were making easy money on him for a while. I think the easy money on Jaime Hawk is maybe gone at this stage. We'll see. All right, thanks.
Under until.
Well, that's the thing, right? Exactly. Yeah, that's what we go. We tend to play the overs here, but the unders hit seems more than the overs lately.
I'm going to convert you, Ethan.
You're getting me there. Trust me. When Sengun had 35 points, rebounds, assists the other day, and I needed 35.5. I started thinking long and hard about the unders. All right, David. Thank you, Eric. You as well. Use code 5, everybody, when you sign up. Get that initial deposit match up to $100. Have a good night.